For today's Magic the Gathering show, I'm not going to tell you what the topic is. Chad has to figure it out, including all of you at home watching the replay. Can you figure it out before Chat does? You get an imaginary cookie. All right, so we have 5 potential shows that you're trying to guess here today. I'm not going to reveal them, all right? Behind these question marks is the answer to today's show. And we have to start the show off with Candelabra of Tawnos. It's a 1-mana artifact, pay X, tap, untap X target lands. And I'll tell you how hot or cold you are. We got very hot, warm, neutral, cool, cold. And I would say Candelabra of Tawnos is ice cold. This has nothing to do with the show. X, tap, untap X target lands does absolutely nothing. Toilet Duck, Midnight Axe. Now, the Coffee Crew was pretty... Midnight Axe doesn't exist. It's not even a real card. We need real cards, like the Reality Chip. This is a 2-mana 0/4 Equipment Jellyfish. Look at the top card anytime. When it's attached to a creature, you can play lands and cast spells from the top of your library, and you can reconfigure for 3 mana. Ice Cold. Super Ice Cold. Ragavan. From Steve Cooper. 1 mana, 2/1, deal damage, get a treasure, exile top card of your opponent's library. You can play it until end of turn. You can also dash for 2 mana. I would say this is... It's somewhere between very cool to ice cold. You know, you could make an argument. You can make an argument. It's not good. It's not in that direction. Everyone loves talking about red cards. Dockside Extortionist. 2 mana, 1/2 enters the battlefield. Get X treasure tokens, or it's equal to the number of artifacts and enchantments the opponents control. Also ice cold. Has nothing to do with anything. Islarf, Joda, the Unifier. Deason says, guys, just guess every ability with Questing Beast. Okay, this is a 5 mana 5/5 legendary creatures you control get +X/+X, where X is the number of legendary creatures you control. Whenever you cast a legendary spell from your hand, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a legendary non-land card with lesser mana value. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost, put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Ice Cold. So far, we're doing terrible here. We can't even randomly accidentally get anywhere. Dwarven Sea Clan. Another red card. 3 mana for a 1/1. At end of combat, Dwarven Sea Clan deals 2 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. Uses ability only if that creature's controller controls any islands. Okay, this is like neutral. This is neutral. We are in neutral territory now. It's not warm, but it's neutral. We're moving in the right-ish direction. Danny with Patron of the Moon. Patron of the Moon is 7 mana 5/4 with a Moon Offering. You can play this card anytime. You can play an instant by sacking a Moonfolk. Flying, for 1 mana, put up to 2 land cards from your hand into play, tap. Nope, that's not ice cold. So this is the closest we've gotten so far. It's not particularly close, but it's there. Banowski with the super chat. Thank Garfield, it's Friday. Fling. I would actually say this is in a very... I would also put this as a very neutral. 2 mana, instant, as an additional cost to cast this spell, sack a creature, and Fling deals damage equal to the sack creature's power to any target. So we're not getting warm yet, but we are in neutral territory. Birds of Paradise. Birds of Paradise, green. It's a flyer. Tap to add 1 mana of any color. Nope, that has nothing to do with this. Super ice cold. Shieldred. The Apocalypse. It's 4 mana for a 4/5 Death Toucher. Whenever you draw a card, you gain 2 life. Whenever an opponent draws a card, they lose 2 life. I would say that this is warm. I actually think that this is warm. We're moving a little bit even more to the right direction. I gotta Yeah, okay, so this is like, it's moving in the right direction. We're not there yet, though. We're definitely not there yet. Okay, we got Saxus. One. Saxus with Prodigal Sorcerer. Okay, this, I would say this is also in the warm territory. 3 mana for a 1/1 human wizard. Tap. Prodigal Sorcerer deals 1 damage to target creature or player. We're moving in the right direction, but none of these are hot yet. None of these are hot. Lord Tressorhorn? Lord of Tressorhorn. It's Tresor, right? What is this? 4 mana for a 10/4. Comes into play, you lose 2 life and sack 2 creatures of an opponent, and an opponent draws 2 cards. You can pay a black to regenerate the Lord of Tressorhorn. I would say this is ice cold. I would say it's ice cold. We were in a little bit warm territory here. Not hot yet, though. We're on the way. Is it pingers? I'm not going to reveal anything yet. Not going to reveal anything. Jackal with Blood Artist. It's going great, Jackal Gaming. Welcome. Hope everyone has fun today. Today is a very fun show. 2 mana, 0/1. Whenever this or another creature dies, target player loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. I would also say this is warm. This is warm. Not hot, but it's warm. Okay, next we got... I'm just here for the lulz. Monstrous Rage. Monstrous Rage. I would go as far. Monstrous Rage, the red instant, deal target creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn, and you get a +1/+1 monstrous roll token. I would say this is more neutral. I think we were closer with Blood Artist. A little bit closer. Benovsky with Lightning Bolt. This actually gets closer to neutral, and it gets closer to neutral. All shall be explained when it's discovered. We got Tresari with Polluted Bonds. What does that mean? This is a new one for me. 5 mana enchantment. Whenever a land comes into play under an opponent's control, that player loses 2 life and you gain 2 life under an opponent. This, I would say, is warm. This is in the warm. This is in the warm category. When we hit Ragnarok, it's like, what are we even doing today? You have to guess what the show is. So everyone's throwing out cards, and I'll tell you if you're getting close, if you're getting hot to the show idea, or what the cards are for the show idea. So far, no, we haven't hit one hot card. It's just been like warm to neutral cards this entire time. We got Mayfly with Bolt Wave. Maybe things that damage only players. Red Sorcery deals 3 damage to each opponent. I would say this is neutral. Say this is neutral. We got M Nation with Sinkhole. We have strayed very far away from God on this one. Destroying entire land has nothing to do with this show. Okay, this was neutral, and Polluted Bonds was more. Remember, Polluted Bonds was warm. Blood Artist was warm. Prodigal Sorcerer, Shieldred, they're all warm. Those are all in the warm category. But none of them are hot. So none of these cards are exactly what the show is about. But you're like moving in the right direction. That's all you got to remember. Indiana Jones with Drain Life. Okay, this card is hot. This is a hot card. It's a 2 mana sorcery. Pay X. Drain Life deals X damage to target creature or player. Spend only black mana in this way. Gain 1 life for each 1 damage dealt, but not more than the toughness of the creature or the life total of the player Drain Life damages. So this one is hot. Christopher B wants Razor Fin Hunter. It's 2 mana 1/1 deals tap, deal 1 damage to target creature or player. I would say this is a neutral card. This was a hot card. This was super hot. Merciless with Lightning Helix. Let's Lightning Helix. So I would say this card is very neutral. 2 mana, instant, deal 3 damage to any target, and you gain 3 life. Drain life was, this is a bang. This would definitely be the thumbnail of the show. Let's try to give some energy vortex from Archangel New. This is a 5-mana enchantment. When you play Energy Vortex, choose an opponent. At the beginning of your upkeep, remove all energy counters from Energy Vortex. During chosen opponent's upkeep, they pay 1. For each energy counter on Energy Vortex, it deals 3 damage to them. And pay X, put X energy counters on your Energy Vortex. Uses this ability only during your upkeep. I would actually say this is warm, but this is not hot. It's only warm. This one is hot. This is bang on. Live drain and gain cards. Nope. Good guess though. Good guess. Cards with X in the rules text. That's funny, but nope. It's not that either. All right, let's look at Chally. Scroll Rack. 2 mana, artifact, pay 1, tap. Exile any number of cards from your hand face down. Put that many cards on the top of your library into your hand. Then look at the exiled cards and put them on top of your library. I would say, nope, this is nothing to do with the show. Ice cold. Super ice cold. This was hot. This was super, super hot. Lewis with Myojin of Roaring Blades. 8 mana, 7/4 Spirit. Enters the battlefield with an indestructible counter on it if you cast it from your hand. And remove an indestructible counter. It deals 7 damage to each of up to 3 targets. Very neutral. Very, very neutral. But not hot. Not even warm. This one's hot. Mr. Bus Driver, MTG black cards that can burn you with colored mana only? No, it's not it. Bosch Iron Golem, most expensive opponent pinger? Well, no, that's not it. Hold on. Bosch Iron Golem. 8 mana, 6/7, trample. 4 mana, sack an artifact. Bosch Iron Golem deals damage equal to the sacked artifact's mana value to any target. I would say this is warm. This is on the warm side, not hot. This one was this card is hot. This is it's definitely in this direction. Who have I not got to? Who has no card yet? Cards that work well with Necropotence? No, it's not that. Random Mage with grievous wounds. I have a feeling you guys are still a little bit too far. A little too far. 5 mana aura. Enchant player. Enchanted player can't gain life. Whenever enchanted player is dealt damage, they lose half their life rounded up. Dealt damage, they lose half. I would say this is warm. This is warm, but not hot. This title is a bit nuanced. Title is a bit nuanced. Best/worst non-red burn cards? Not exactly. Everyone's saying things that sounds like it, but not really. Dismember? No, it's not Dismember. Aaron, we haven't got a card from you, Aaron. You want Karu Bloodsucker. Yeah, we need more hot cards to get like the similarities. 3 mana, 2/2 vampire. Whenever a creature you control with toughness 4 or greater dies, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. 3 mana, sack another creature, put a +1/+1 counter on Karu Bloodsucker. Warm but not hot. Warm but not hot. Orcish Bowmasters. I can already tell you that Orcish Bowmasters is warm but not hot. Flash ETB. Whenever an opponent... Sorry, when it enters the battlefield or when an opponent draws an extra card, except the first one they drew at their draw step, it deals 1 damage to any target and then amass Orcs 1. Steve Cooper, best, worst, loss of life cards? Nope. Okay, Benovsky wants Trespasser's Curse. I am surprised we haven't got, like, a second example of that first card. 2 mana or a curse. Enchant player. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under enchanted player's control, that player loses 1 life, you gain 1 life. Warm. Remember, okay, this is where's our hot card? Drained life was hot. This is exactly what the show is about. 100%. 100 billion%. Ooh, Tresaru. Tendrils of Agony. This is also hot. It's a 4-mana sorcery. Target player loses 2 life and you gain 2 life, and it has Storm. All right, we have 2 cards so far that have something to do with the show. We have Drain Life, and we also have Tendrils of Agony. Cards that make me feel like a vampire? Good idea, but nope, that's not it. Turiot with Exsanguinate. Double black X sorcery. Each opponent loses X life. You gain life equal to the life lost this way. That one is also hot. Funny, these are all vampire cards. Remember, it's not a vampire show. It's not a vampire show. Malefly wants Stream of Life. This is a great card to get us into perspective. Green X sorcery. Target player gains X life. Nope. That's ice cold. Super ice cold. Exsanguinate is hot. Super hot card. Best drain life cards? Nope. Sorry about that. It's not the best drain life. One-shot black cards? Nope. It's not that either. Karu... What is this? Karu Dreadmaw? Elga says, there is no theme. You just choose if cards fit or not at random. No, they fit perfectly. Everything will be understood at the perfect time. Okay, 5 mana, 4/4 zombie crocodile defender. 2 mana, sacrifice another creature. You gain life equal to the sack creature's toughness. This is super ice cold. It's nothing to do with this show. All 3 are sorceries that deal damage and recover health. Yes, that is correct. Although I have a feeling some aspects of that is a bit of a red herring. A little bit of a red herring. Okay, Mr. Bus Driver with the Soul Burn. Yeah, if you desperately need to get your card on the show. Okay, we have a 3 mana X. Oh my god, I played this card in a draft once. Sorcery, spend only black or red mana on X. Soul Burn deals X damage to target creature or player. You gain life equal to the damage dealt, but not more than the amount of X spent on black. The player's life total before Soul Burn dealt damage or the creature's toughness. This is also hot. This is hot. This is hot. No, Blood Arse is not hot. Oh no, I got rid of the other cards. Okay, Drain Life, Soul Burn, Exsanguinate. Those other cards are all on point. Strongest black X cards? Nope. It's not that. Do you give up? We've got a lot of cards. Merciless with non-creature spells that make your opponents lose life. It's a pretty boring title, Merciless. It's like, you know, you're sort of in some direction, but not really. Okay, do we have any other suggestions? Kana with Fireball. Highest potential damage. Black Burn. Hold on. Fireball. Fireburn is actually technically going to be neutral on this list. I would say, actually, you know what? You could make it warm, but it's not hot. Somewhere between neutral and warm. It's a red X sorcery. This spell costs 1 more to cast for each target beyond the first. And of course, you can deal that damage divided evenly with X rounded down amongst any number of targets. I gotta put you like, I'm gonna give you I think we gotta call it quits here. Okay. Because we're gonna look at other ones. You have 1 minute. All right. You have 1 minute to guess. We had Soul Burn and Drain Life. What else was suggested? I can't remember the other ones. It's like cards that give you something when you do damage. That's not quite good. That's not quite good enough. Black sorceries with lifelink. Nope. That's not it. Black win conditions. I don't know. Soul Spike is hot. Soul Spike is hot. Soul Spike is a hot one. 7 mana instant. You can remove 2 black cards instead of paying the mana cost. Deals 4 damage. You gain 4 life. I have a feeling all these cards are confusing you. There's a theme to all these cards are not part of the show, unfortunately. Cards that require you to pay additional cost in addition to the rule text? No. Dinglebag, two for cards, good for you, bad for them? Nope, that's not it. All right, this is it, everyone. The answer was so this is the first time you guys failed. The answer was burn spells that aren't actually red. That was the name of the show. All right. Okay, now we go back to... Okay, we have a second one. Don't worry. Okay, what's the second one? Okay, on. Elgod had a super chat. Oh, damn. Okay, Command Mine. We can start the new one with this. Command Mine. Damn, you couldn't get the burn spells that aren't actually red. There were some that were close. Yeah, it had to be spells, though. You said burn cards. I said best non-burn. You said best non-burn cards. I did see that, but it wasn't spells because the cards can be on the battlefield, but spells can only come back from your hand. That's why it was really important that it was a sorcery. They had to be sorceries or instants. They had to be spells on the stack. Okay. Hold on. First, I gotta figure what's our next show about. It's All right, I got it. Okay, we're gonna start off with the command mine. Land. Add 1 mana of any color your commander's color identity. If you control a command tower and a command power plant, add 2 mana of any color in your commander's color identity instead. Ice cold. Super ice cold. Bryce, Ratchet Bomb. 2 mana. Tap. Put a charge counter on Ratchet Bomb. Tap. Sack it. Destroy everything with the number of counters on it. I would say cool. This is cool. It's very, very cool. Random Mage. Progenitus. Here comes the complete random cards from everywhere. Double Wooburg. 10/10. Pro everything. And if it's put into a graveyard from anywhere, you shuffle it back into the library instead. I would say ice cold. Mr. Bus Driver. Underworld Dreams. Underworld Dreams, a 3 mana enchantment. Whenever an opponent draws a card, Underworld Dreams deals 1 damage to that player. Ice, also ice cold. Super ice. Next up, we got Christopher B with the Beeble Familiar. Ice. I'm not reading that. Ice cold. Stupid sticker cards. We got Mayfly with Armageddon. 4 mana, blow up the lands. Ice, super ice cold. Yeah, okay. I got the show idea in my head. Minkoa, Orcish Lumberjack is a red 1/1. Tap, sack forest. Add 3 mana in any combination of red or green to your mana pool. I would say cool. It's cool. Not neutral, but it's cool. Okay, old boy, Witch Engine. Witch Engine, a 6 mana 4/4. Swamp Walk, tap, add quadruple black to your mana pool. Each target opponent gains control of Witch Engine. I would say also cool. Very, very cool like. Indiana Jones with Time Twister. Has nothing to do with it. 3 mana sorcery, shuffle your stuff back into the library. Everybody does that and draw 7 cards. Ice cold. Kind of worst creatures, no. Jeff with Reprisal. We have a 2 mana instant. Destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. Can't be regenerated. Super ice cold. Wow, we can't find a single card in this. Remember, Ratchet Bomb was cool. That was in the cool territory. Ether Spell Bomb. 1 mana, artifact, pay a blue, sack it, return a creature to its owner's hand, pay 1, sacrifice, Ether Spellbomb, draw a card. This is somewhere between cool and neutral. Bulky says, cool makes me feel that sacrifice can be a reason. Both the cool cards had a sacrifice involved. You gotta put the pieces of the puzzle together. Bryce with Wood Elemental. Our trusty Wood Elemental, 4 mana for a star. ETB, sack any number of untapped forests, and its power and toughness are each equal to the number of forest sacrifice. Super ice cold. Has nothing to do with this big clunker. Big clunker! Let's get Tresaru's Torsten. Torsten, founder of Benalia. 7 mana, 7/7. Enter the battlefield, reveal the top 7 cards of your library, put any number of creature or land or cards from among them into your hand, the rest on the bottom of your library. When he dies, create 7 1/1 white soldier creature tokens. Ice cold. Super ice cold. Dinglebag. Steel Hellkite. We have a lot of stone cold ice cold cards so far. 6 for a 5/5 dragon flying. Pay 2. This creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Pay X. Destroy each non-land permanent with mana value X whose controller was dealt combat damage by this creature this turn. Activate only once each turn. This is between neutral and warm. We are moving in the right direction around here. Moving in the right direction. Blood Pet. Black 1/1, sack it, add a black to your mana pool. Very cool. Okay, we're gonna go back to the Hellkite. This is the closest we got so far. Urza's Incubator by a giant Pop-Tart. 3 mana artifact, ETB, choose a creature type. Creature spells of the chosen type cost 2 less to cast. Ice cold. Nothing to do with this show. Benovsky with Tifa. The mono green Tifa, to be exact. A lot of Tifas out there. 2 mana for a 1/2 trampler. Land enters the battlefield, double her power. Nope. Nothing. 0. Nada. All right, next up we got our Steel Hellkite. Archangel Navinral's Disc. Navinral's Disc is like, if you put a gun to my head to spell Navinral, I would die instantly. 4 mana artifact, ETB tapped, pay 1, tap, destroy all artifacts, creatures, and enchantments. I would say this is a pretty cool card for today's show. Steve Cooper, best/worst artifact removal cards. You know, you should separate those. Anyway, it has nothing to do with either of those. You're combining 2 shows in one piece of feed here, Steve Cooper. Rough with Avatar of Woe. That's a creative card to mention. 6 mana for a 6/5. If there are 10 or more creature cards in total in all graveyards, cost 6 less to cast. Also has Fear. Tap, destroy target creature. Can't be regenerated. Nope. Ice Cold has nothing to do with this show. All right, we got Pascal Luminger with Door to Nothingness. 5 mana, Door to Nothingness enters the battlefield tapped. Double Wooburg, tap, sacrifice the Door to Nothingness. Target player loses the game. This is a boiling hot card. This card has everything to do with today's show. Everything. Okay, we got Bell with Ramos. Dragon Engine. And we have a 6 mana legendary 4/4 dragon. Flying. Whenever you cast a spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Ramos for each of that spell's colors. Remove 5 +1/+1 counters from Ramos. Add Double Wooburg. Activate only once each turn. I would say this is ice cold. Super ice cold. Super ice cold. Back to Door to Nothingness. Aaron with Sultai Scavenger. 6 mana 3/3 Delver with flying. Nope. Nothing. Ice cold. Cards with overcoded win conditions. Nope. Cards that enter the battlefield tap. Nope. That's a very generic show. Come on, we're usually a little bit more specific on this show for the most part. Player removal cards. That'd be hilarious. I didn't think about that. No, it's not that. Okay, Anton with Mirror Universe. Six mana, artifact, tap, sack it, exchange life totals with target opponent. Play this ability only during your upkeep. No, I would say cool. Cool. This one's boiling hot, though. Super hot. I think the show is about mediocre activated abilities of artifact. What's mediocre about this? This is insane. You one-shot kill somebody with this activated ability. Ready. Colorless cards requiring colors to activate? Nope. That's a very creative guess, though. Cards with flavor text of 2 sentences? No. Has nothing to do with that. Steve Cooper, most expensive activated costs. You mean activated abilities. You got it, Steve Cooper. The most expensive activated abilities. You got it. Well, we have a super chat here from Mr. Bus Driver. We will get to that super chat. All right, Steve Cooper was hot, pretty hot here. Pretty close on the last one. Got the second one. All right, Steve Cooper gets 1 imaginary cookie. All right, we're gonna do more shows. You have to guess more shows, but you know what time it is. We gotta thank our sponsors today, FusionGamingOnline.com. You want to guess the show? You got to guess these cards. You know where to buy them from. You get them at FusionGamingOnline.com. My favorite sponsor, where I go play in their Fusion Opens. I'll be playing some Modern, maybe playing some Standard. If not Standard, maybe I'm going to be playing some Commander. Also, pre-order your cards from Edge of Eternities. Play to the edge of the universe. The most powerful artifact cards of the universe with the Edge of Eternities. And don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu at checkout to get 5% off all your purchases, and it supports the channel. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards online. Play any deck, any format you want when you're renting with Mana Traders. You can support. It's cheaper when you play when you rent all your decks. And if they ban any of the cards from your decks, what do you care? That you were renting them anyway. You're just renting another one after it. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below. Save 40% cash back on your 3rd month subscription using coupon code Nikachu_JTD. Okay, we go back to. Okay, so what's our first card here? Our first card from Mr. Bus Driver is Coalition Victory. Coalition Victory. Would definitely have been ice cold in the last show, but the question is it so ice cold in the show now? And it is a Wooburg and 3 generic sorcery. You win the game if you control a land of each basic land type and a creature of each color. And I would say this is ice cold. Has nothing to do with the show. All right, everyone. Guess what today's show is. In this quarter, at least. Colorless cards played in against the odds deck. You're trying to solve the Wheel of Fortune before we've even got a single letter on the board here. Okay, Random Mage wants Blightsteel Colossus. 12 mana, 11/11. Trample Infect indestructible. If Blightsteel Colossus would be put into the graveyard from anywhere, reveal it, shuffle it back instead. Ice Cold has nothing to do with this. Kakola. Pygmy Troll. Troll me this, troll me that. 2 mana, 1/1 for each creature card. Sorry, for each creature that blocks it, Pygmy Troll gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Pay green, regenerate it. Nope. Ice, super ice cold. Merciless, Wheel of Fortune. Not Misfortune. Everyone discards their hand, draws 7 cards for a 3 mana sorcery. No, ice cold. Super ice cold. Minkoa, Oko, Thief. Sorry, Oko, Thief. King of Thieves? I thought it was Thief of Crowns. Is there a King of Thieves? I'm pretty sure you're talking about Oko. Is there even Oko King? No, there is not. I think you meant the Thief of Crowns. Pretty sure. The King of Oko, the King of Thieves. I mean, once he steals the crown, I suppose. 3 mana, 4 loyalty. +2, create a food token. +1, target artifact or creature loses all abilities and becomes a green elk creature with base power and toughness 3/3 and -5. Exchange control of target artifact or creature you control and target creature and opponent controls with power 3 or less. This card is very warm. This card is very, very warm. It's not boiling hot, but it's pretty warm. Turiat, Utopia Sprawl. This is a green aura, Enchanted Forest. As Utopia Sprawl enters the battlefield, choose a color. Whenever Enchanted Forest is tapped for mana, you get an additional color. of that you chose. Ice Cold. Go back to Oko. Yeah, Oko would indeed be the king of thieves. Robin with Sanctum of All. Wooburg Legendary Enchantments, a shrine. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may search your library and or graveyard for a shrine card put onto the battlefield. If you search your library this way, shuffle it. If an ability of another shrine you control triggers while you control 6 or more shrines, that ability triggers an additional time. This is also pretty ice cold. Back to Oko here. Cherry Knot, Karn the Great Creator. Four mana for a 5 loyalty Karn. Activated abilities of artifacts your opponent's control can't be activated. +1 until your next turn. Up to 1 target non-creature artifact becomes an artifact creature with power and toughness, each equal to its mana value, and -2. You may reveal an artifact card you own from outside the game, or choose a face-up artifact card you own from exile and put that card into your hand. This is boiling hot. This is a hot card. Okay, this is what the show is about. It's about you, Karn, the great creator. Okay, we got what Kono wants. Annex, best steal annex. 4 mana aura, enchant land. Target a land you play. This card comes into play attached to that land. Okay, you control enchanted land. I would say this is ice cold. Back to Karn, the great creator. This was hot. This is boiling hot. John says best planeswalker cards in 60 card formats. Nope. That is incorrect. Incorrect. Bryce with Tybalt. The Fiend Blooded. Double red for a 2 loyalty planeswalker. +1, draw a card, discard. -4, deals damage equal to the number of cards in target player's hand to that player. And -6, gain control of all creatures until end of turn. Untap them and they gain haste until end of turn. I would say this is warm, but not hot. This is Karn the Great Creator was hot. Best transmuters? Nope. Planeswalkers that animate non-creature things? That's a really good guess. No, it's not it. Best colorless planeswalkers? Nope. I don't think you guys have enough information. Pascal with planeswalkers with static abilities? Nope. Best stacks pieces? Nope. Stacks planeswalker? Nope. Okay, Aaron wants Harmless Offering. It's so cute. 3 mana, sorcery. Target opponent gains control of target permanent you control. Nope. That has nothing to do with this show. Nothing, not a zip. Ice, super ice cold. Planeswalkers that can ultimate as soon as they enter. You are right, but this is not the title of the show. Cherry Knot. You are in the right direction. This is a very clunky way of saying the title of today's show. Benovsky, Tinkering. I would copy Cherry's homework if I were anyone else. What the hell's there's 2 Tinkering cards. I don't know what one you want. Okay, they're both none of them have to do with anything. William, Planeswalkers without ultimates. Well, I called it ultimate-less Planeswalkers, but that's yeah, that was the show. Congratulations, William got it. Basically had to steal Cherry Knot's homework here. I gave Karn and the title. I know you basically did all the heavy lifting. It's like, it's like playing Smash Brothers. You did 99% of the damage, and then one person just did one, or I would say you did 180% damage, and somebody just gave a little, they basically just finished the person off with a slight tap for the most part. Okay, next. Okay, we have more. All right, we're not done yet. What is the name of this show now? What is the name of this one? This one might end up being weird. Because I don't know, I don't know if I would ever make a show like this for the most part. Indiana Jones with control magic again. Everyone's fan of control magic today. No, this is ice cold. Ice cold. Super ice cold. Aaron with Arlen. Cord. What's interesting about this show, people throw just all sorts of random stuff. 4 mana Arlen, 3 loyalty. It's a planeswalker. +1 until end of turn. Up to 1 target creature gets +2/+2 and gains vigilance and haste. 0. Whoops. For 0, create a 2/2 green wolf creature token. Transform Arlen Cord into this thing. I'm not going to read all this. It's ice cold. Super ice cold. Stasis. 2 mana enchantment. Players skip their untapped steps. At the beginning of your upkeep, sack Stasis unless you pay blue. I would say this is also ice cold. Bell with Llanowar Elves. This is a green 1/1 elf druid. Tap, add a green. Also ice cold. Memnite. It is a 0 mana 1/1. And you what? Technically, this thing is boiling hot. This is a really hot example of today's show. I have no idea if you can guess it from here, though. It's such a weird title. Coca-Cola with Mutilate. Say 4 mana sorcery. All creatures get -1/-1 until end of turn for each swamp you control. This is super ice cold. Has nothing to do with the show. Cheers cards? Nope. Aaron with Ornithopter. Ornithopter. 0 mana 0/2 flyer. It is also a hot card. It's also a very hot card. I have no idea how anyone's gonna guess this though. Oh my god. This is funny. Best vanilla cards? Wasn't vanilla. That has flying. Nope. Good guess though. Zoodrop vanillas? Nope. Robin, adaptive automaton. This is a 3 mana 2/2. As the creature enters, choose a creature type. This creature is the chosen type in addition to its other types. Other creatures you control of the chosen type get +1/+1. It is also hot. It also meets today's show standards. Most metal creatures in Magic? Nope. Free artifacts? Nope. Cheap as 0 power creatures? Nope. Because adaptive automaton disqualified. It's not the cheapest creature. It's not the most expensive creature. William, Steel Overseer. Steel Overseer, 2 mana 1/1. Tap, put a +1/+1 counter on each artifact you control. I would say this is neutral. This is neutral. We have strayed away from what's hot. This is a neutral card. This is adaptive automaton is hot. Steel Overseer is neutral. Cards with a gray border, no. Best gray cards, no. There's nothing. No, not flavor text. Archangel New with Phyrexian Walker. This is a 0 mana 0/3. This is also technically hot. In a very bizarre way. Phyrexian Dreadnought. One mana 12/12 Trampler. When it comes into play, sacrifice any number of creatures with total power of 12 or more, then bury your Phyrexian Dreadnought. This also is hot. Cards that you can play in any deck? No. I mean, you could say that technically about any artifact, right? Best in Affinity cards? Nope. Colorless cards with lots of color? Nope. Cards played in an Affinity deck? Well, Steel Overseer was more neutral than hot, so I would say no. Artifacts with best triggered abilities only? Nope. I think, Ellis, you got the right brain for this, though. You got the right brain. Creatures with higher stats and mana cost? Nope. Cards that are played in Modern? Well, this one is illegal in Modern. It's a reserve list card. Didn't see any play. Hexanort. We need more data. Fecund Green Shell. Is a 5-mana 4/6 elemental turtle. Reach. As long as you have 10 or more lands, creatures you control get +2/+2. Whenever Fecund Green Shell or another creature you control with toughness greater than its power enters, look at the top card of your library. If it's a land, you can put it onto the battlefield. Otherwise, put it in your hand. Ice Cold. Back to this. Creatures you can cheat into play. Nope. Cathar's Shield. Zero mana equipment. The equipped creature gets +0/+3 and has vigilance. Equipped for 3 mana. I would say this is neutral. This is neutral. This is not a hot card. Kano. Kano. What did you say? Artifacts with no activated abilities? Well, that is basically it. Artifacts that can't be activated. There we go. I think Kano actually put the pieces of the puzzle together. Congratulations, Kano. You get an imaginary cookie. Because, you know, Steel Overseer and Cathar's Shield, they have an activated ability with equipping, or this one is equipped, so. Bryce, cards that look bad but are actually pretty good. That's interesting. Okay, we got a... I actually didn't know if anyone was going to get that one, because there's, like, so many artifacts that meet this qualification, like Phyrexian Dreadnought, the Phyrexian Walker. Just any random artifact that doesn't activate worked. All right, we got one more today, Coffee Crew. We got one more in the coffers. I set up 5 because you guys are so smart. Too smart. I wonder if we let that first one run long enough, if you would have guessed it. Okay, here we go. It's time. It's time for our 5th one. We got Random Mage with Illusions of Grandeur. It'd be really nice if we were able to keep score of who guesses things correctly. That'd be pretty neat. I mean, we have like a scoreboard. Illusions of Grandeur, a 4-mana enchantment. Cumulative upkeep of 2. When it comes into play, you gain 20 life, and when it leaves play, you lose 20 life. Ice Cold. Has nothing to do with this show. Dressaru, Painful Quandary. Sorry, it's Quandary. It's a 5-mana enchantment. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, that player loses 5 life unless they discard a card. Also has nothing to do with the show. Ice Cold. Moraphon. The Boundless. 7-mana 6/6 Changeling. ETB, choose a creature type, and spells of the chosen type are Wooburg less to cast. Other creatures also of the chosen type get +1/+1. Also Ice Cold. Has nothing to do with this show. Llanowar Elves. Green 1/1. Tap, add a green mana. Also is an elf druid. I would say this card is neutral to coolish. It's neutral to coolish. So we are now somewhat moving in a direction. Swan Song. By Jeff. What the hell art is this? What happened to the OG art? I like the OG. There's nothing wrong with this art. Pay a blue instant. Counter target enchantment, instant or sorcery spell, and its controller gets a 2/2 blue bird creature token with flying onto the battlefield. No, it has nothing to do. Super Ice Cold. Back to Llanowar Elves. Coca-Cola with Worm Coil Engine. 6-mana 6/6 Death Touch. Lifelink dies. You get a 3/3 Death Touch or a 3/3 Lifelinker. Has Ice Cold. Has nothing to do with this show. Absolutely nothing. Not a zip. Felicia. Redirect Lightning. Okay, this is a red instant lesson. As an additional cost to cast this spell, pay 5 life or pay 2. Change the target of spell or ability with a single target. No, Ice Cold has nothing to do with this show. Back to the neutral/coolish Llanowar Elves. John says most dangerous 1/1s. Nope. Not very dangerous, this card is. I guess that's why it was cool. Memnite. Again with these Memnite is like on every show. 0-mana 1/1. I would say it's in the neutral to coolish, just like Llanowar Elves. It's in that same... It's in the same world. The Great Henge by Penjaman. Yeah, getting that initial clue card is the challenge. It's usually random. You guys find it out of nowhere. Okay, 9 mana for a legendary artifact. Costs X less to cast, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. Tap, add double green, you gain 2 life. And whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on it and draw a card. I would say this is ice cold. Super ice cold. Robin with Delighted Halfling. Green 1/2 Halfling Citizen. Tap to add a colorless, or tap, add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast legendary spells. And that spell can't be countered. I would say this is ice cold. This is strange. This is ice cold. Llanowar Elves is actually like cool to neutral in a weird, bizarre world. Toy the Duck. Katara the Fearless. I'll put it after the Mem Knight. This is a 3 mana 3/3. If a triggered ability of an ally you control triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. Ice cold. William says, guys, do creatures. William thinks. William's onto something. Bell, Abyssal Hunter. Okay, this is a 4 mana 1/1 minion. Pay a black tap. Tap target creature. Abyssal Hunter deals damage equal to its power to that creature. That's funny. I would say this is also in the neutral to cool range. Very neutral to cool. Rise the Redeemed. Rise the Redeemed. 1 mana 1/1. Pay 3. Tap. Create a 1/1 green and white Elf Warrior. And pay 6. Tap. For each creature token you control, create a token that's a copy of that creature. Also in the neutral to cool range. Anna Rograk. Son of Ragrock. Excuse me. 0 mana 0/1. First strike, menace, trample, partner. I would also put this in the neutral to cool range. You're on the way. You're on the way. Benovsky with Savannah Lions. Doesn't have an H. I swear the Savannah has an H and a double N. White 2/1. I would say this is more neutral to warm. It's moving in the right direction, but it's not that warm, to be honest. It's not that warm at all. Is it cards that add Wooburg? Nope. Cards that become better over time? Nope. This card certainly didn't get better over time. It got a lot worse. Horribly, horribly worse. Although this card is not representative of today's show. Okay, William wants Zerlin of the Claw. Zerlin of the Claw. And this is a 5 mana 3/4 Lizard Shaman. Pay 3, tap, switch your library for a dragon card. Put into play as though it were just played. Shuffle your library afterwards. That creature is unaffected by summoning sickness. Remove the creature from the game at end of turn. This is ice cold. Has nothing to do with anything. We have Anna with Asmorano, Margadesna, Kuldakar. No mana cost, but is a 3/3. As long as you've discarded a card this turn, you may pay Rakdos to cast the spell. Enters the battlefield, you can search your library for a card named the Underworld Cookbook, put in your hand, and sack 2 foods. Target creature deals 6 damage to itself. This is ice cold. We are straying. Okay, remember, let's go back. Okay, so Savannah, remember, we got Rograk. This is like cool to neutral, and Savannah Lions is like neutral to warm. It's moving in that direction. Bell, Isamaru. Hound of Kondo. Say white 2/2 dog. I would say this is actually ice cold. This is ice cold. This has nothing to do with the show. Goblin Guide in the same vein is also ice cold. Benovsky with just Cactuar. Regular Cactuar. Green, what is this, like Wild Nicatl? Green 3/3 trample. At the beginning of your end step, if this creature didn't enter the battlefield this turn, return it to its owner's hand. Huh? the beginning of your end step, if this creature didn't enter the battlefield this turn. I don't understand this card. At the beginning of your end step, if this creature didn't enter the battlefield this turn. Oh, what? So can you ever attack with this card? Anyway, okay, this is ice cold too. This has nothing to do with it. Bell's confused. Well, you should be. William Ragavan. Nimble Pilfer. I think we read this card today. I would say this is in the same world as Savannah Lions. It's like neutral to warm. Random Mage. Miku lost but singing. Oh, it's this Azusa. 3 mana, 1/2. You can play 2 additional lands on each of your turns. Nope, that has super ice cold. Let's get back to Ragavan and our Savannah Lions. Best turn 1 cards? How can you gauge that from based on what we have so far? Let's get Dinklebag's Venerated Rot Priest. This is the Infector, right? Or the Poison Toxicer. It's a green 1/2, Toxic 1. Whenever a creature you control becomes the target of a spell, target opponent gets a poison counter. Super ice cold. Has nothing to do with that. Remember, this is a green 1/2 Toxic 1 Phyrexian Druid, and it's ice cold. But this Ragavan is somehow neutral to warm. Throw out Jackal Pup. Jackal Pup. Let's pop it up. Red 2/1. When it's dealt damage, it deals that much damage to you. And it's a Jackal. This is neutral to warm. Peanut Putter with Ball Lightning. Triple red 6/1, Trampling Elemental, haste, and at the beginning of your end step, sacrifice this creature. This is hot! And probably it's actually hot in real life if you get smacked by this thing. What does a Ball of Lightning look like anyway? Anyway, okay, Ball Lightning. Oh, we had a second vote for it. We have Ball Lightnings all over the damn place. Matthew Green, creatures with power greater than their toughness. That is, well, you could say that about Jackal Pup and Ragavan and Savannah Lions. I'm not going to accept that answer. Indiana Jones, biggest red power with 1 toughness. Nope, that is incorrect. Ellis Flowers, creatures with much higher power than toughness. That is incorrect. Fred! High power creatures with 1 toughness? Oh my, you got it! What was basically the strongest 1 toughness creatures. All right, so who are winners today? I think Steve Cooper, Kano, and Fred. No, William. William was a winner today. Congratulations. Congratulations to everybody. All right, that's it. That's it for today's show. It all worked out pretty well. We all did it in about an hour. I guess that's good. We have 5, and all just because of Ball Lightning. The worst Bowmaster's targets. I should have some obscure title like that, probably. Congratulations, Fred. You cracked the code off of 1 card, basically. See you later. See you later, Bell. All right, as usual. I hope everyone had fun. I hope this show can do relatively well once in a while because, you know, I think it's a little different. I think you'll have, I know you guys have a lot of fun live. I hope everyone's having fun on the replay. Did anyone have fun on the replay? Let me know in the comment section below. That's important data that I could use. And as usual, we do this show 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Be there or be square. And of course, thanks to everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, or even super chat so other people are part of the show. And of course, thanks to everyone, all our game show contestants today. People like Bob Talks Bridge, Benovsky, Dinglebag, Matthew Green, Ellis Flowers, Pedgeman, Kano, Robin. We got Peanut Putter, Dinglebag, Tresaru, Cherry. You like the format? It's a good format for people who are here live. Jeff, Charlie, William, Matthew Green, and more. Basically every other Friday. You know, it's Fun Friday. For Fun Friday, we can do a game show. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing those coffees. We're going to keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.